Lesbians and gays support the miners was amazing, because the trades unions had always been against LGBT people. They would not support us. And we didn't believe it when Mark Ashton, who I knew, and some friends knew well enough to be in love with him, I couldn't believe it when he said, we've got to support the miners. Not because I didn't agree the miners needed support, but I thought, has it really got anything to do with us? And he proved me so wrong, so wrong. So the most endearing memory is of the miners joining our Pride March in thanks for the lesbian and gay movement coming to them in Wales and saying, we'll help.
Well, I watched the film Pride before I came out. I still thought I was straight when I first saw that film. And I kept watching it over and over again, almost sort of compulsively, without really knowing why. And it kind of just started, it was that open queerness of the film, I think, that really opened up a lot of things in me that I hadn't accessed before. And also, it did introduce me to trade unionism in a way that I had no prior knowledge of. And since then I've been really proactive in the trade union movement, and now I'm like on the chair of the South East and London region.
Oh, being part of LGSM has been the most amazing thing in my entire life. I mean, if I could rerun my life again, that's the bit I'd say, yeah, I want that bit. It's as simple as that. It was astonishing.
Most important thing about being part of LGSM was I was just so very proud of what we did, and how that feeling of solidarity and bringing those two movements together was so important, and it's inspiring young people today, and that's great.
For me, it was confidence building, actually, really. I think I'm a different person as a result of this. The whole encounter with the mining community has just made me realise that I was more than I thought.
That's a good answer, really good answer.
Well, I know it was a marvellous time, brilliant time. The people I've met up there, right? Women and men and whatever they are, whatever colours they were, whatever, because they were all there. That opened my eyes, because before that, I was just a miner.
I think my view as well, as a young man, if you like, going into the strike, 23 years of age, I was very naive in many ways, not only with lesbians and gays, etc., but generally with politics in the UK and globally. The strike certainly lit the field for me politically. I have challenged more, read more, scrutinised more politically since the strike than ever. And certainly my generation, because we used to move in very small circles in those days within our communities, you know, so it wasn't out in the open as much, it wasn't discussed as much, it wasn't part of our life as much back then. Since then, of course, the world has changed for the better. So for me, it's a case of I've met lesbians and gays who supported us in the strike, although didn't know who they were, didn't know where they were from, nothing about them apart from these people, this person standing in front of me, helped me when I needed help. So that for me spoke volumes, and that breaks down the barriers, and it certainly has. Now it's a case of I see people as people, and if they're good, bad or indifferent, they're good, bad or indifferent.
Yeah, that's probably right for me as well, because before the strike we were pretty insular. We just went to work and went home and went to the pub, and then the whole thing started again the next day. We never really went out into the wider world, if you like. We never had anything to do with the gay community at all. Never. The odd individual you may know is gay. Other than that, but I've since got, like Wayne have said, the world have changed and it's more out in the open now, and people are less secretive, if you like, about it, and there's no need to be now as it once was, and I think that's a good thing too, because people have got to be entitled to live their lives however they want to live them, and as long as they, you know, they just live their life and they don't upset other people, then they can do what they want to do, same as I can do what I want to do, as long as I don't upset other people, and it's as simple as that.
In my community, people were very overall religious, if you like, or respectful of religion, if I can put it that way. And many people in my house, certainly people I can think of, were disowned by their families. When they found out they were gay, all of a sudden it was a taboo subject, if you like, or something you didn't speak of. And they were disowned by families, years ago, of course. My daughter's gay, and it would be easy for people to say, oh, you know, is there something wrong with her? Is she this? Is she that? No, she's still my daughter. Still does the rights and wrongs of the world, so to speak. Doesn't matter what the sexual orientation is that person a good person? And she is. And so it's a case for me, they've broken down tremendously years ago. You had taboos on many subjects years ago. Those taboos are still getting less and less. The older generation, some of them I do still think that they're a bit sensitive to it, they don't understand it, they're afraid of it. I understand that. But most of the youngsters are, it's much, much more acceptable now, much far, far more than it was. So I think, if anything, that's lit the fuse for me, realising who people are for what they are, and certainly whatever sexual orientation they want. It is what it is.
For me, the message of Lesbians and Gay Support the Miners is essentially one of solidarity between different communities recognising that they face the same opponent, the same oppressor. In the case of Lesbians and Gay Support the Miners, LGBT people came together in solidarity with a working class community with whom they'd had no previous relations. They discovered in the course of that struggle that they shared many common features, and they created a new world in which it was possible to fight for LGBT rights inside the trade union movement, and for LGBT people to understand the struggle of working class people.
Eine Inspiration zur Solidarität, die auch intersektional gelebt wird, gerade in Zeiten, wo wieder, glaube ich, sehr selektiv gedacht wird, auch innerhalb der Community. Und ja, es ist einfach schön zu sehen, dass diese Bewegung schon vor mehr als 20 Jahren dort so stattgefunden hat. Und ich glaube, es ist ganz arg wichtig, diesen Geist, der da lebt, auch in die heutige Bewegung mit zu inkludieren. Ja, einfach, ich sage, eine Inspiration zur intersektional gedachter Solidarität.
I guess I have quite a unique relationship with Lesbian and Gay Support the Miners, because following the film I've gotten to know individual members kind of on a personal basis. So for me, like, I know them as people, so it's been really wonderful to kind of like get to know each of them. I guess for me, more than anything, what LGSM did is a source of kind of personal inspiration. They've, you know, a group of people reaching out with kind of kindness and solidarity to help out of compassion and support another group of human beings in this world. I know, like, I'm learning a little bit about Mark Ashton's story and who he was as a man and what he stood for and what he did. I find like that mobilizes me, that inspires me, that makes me feel passionate about what's possible in life. So I'd say that it makes me feel, inspired to do even more and to reach out to other people, and it makes me even prouder of what we do here at Gays the Word Bookshop. That's what LGSM means to me.
Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the union makes us strong. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of atoms, magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for the union makes us strong.